Most people don't fail at life. They simply never leave average. Not because they're stupid, not because they lack talent, not even because they don't work hard, but because they quietly accept a version of life that feels safe enough to never question deeply. Average life isn't a punishment. It's a default setting. And defaults are powerful because they don't feel dangerous. Average life doesn't mean poor. It means you earn just enough. You struggle just enough. You dream occasionally. You settle eventually. It's waking up every day doing what's required, but rarely what's meaningful. It's being busy but not fulfilled, responsible but not free. And the most dangerous part? From the inside, average life feels normal. The system doesn't ask you to escape average. It rewards you for fitting in. You're praised for being realistic, playing it safe, following the expected path, wanting simple things. And slowly, without noticing, your standards shrink. You stop asking, "Is this the life I want?" and start asking, "How do I survive this life comfortably?" That question alone locks millions of people into average forever. Here's the trade most people make without realizing it. They trade long-term freedom for short-term comfort. They trade potential for predictability, growth for stability, uncertainty for approval. And the trade feels reasonable because no one teaches you that comfort has a price, and that price is usually your future self. Average life isn't created by one bad decision. It's created by small, repeated choices, choosing convenience over challenge, choosing now over later, choosing familiarity over growth. One day doesn't matter, but years do, and repetition quietly shapes identity. You don't choose average life, you drift into it. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Hard work doesn't automatically lead to escape. Millions of people work hard every day and never move up, because effort without direction only maintains your current position. If your hard work is pointed at someone else's goals, someone else's system, someone else's ceiling, then all your effort does is make average life more tolerable, not more powerful. Average life is less about money and more about thinking. It's a mindset built on fear of standing out, fear of being judged, fear of starting late, fear of looking foolish. So people choose the path with the least resistance, not because it's right, but because it's familiar, and familiarity feels like safety. Average life survives on one word: someday. Someday I'll start. Someday I'll take it seriously. Someday I'll live differently. But someday has no date, and anything without a date rarely happens. So years pass, energy fades, responsibilities grow, and escape feels harder than ever. If you don't design your life intentionally, you will live the life that circumstances design for you, and circumstances always aim for average. In the next part, we'll talk about the real reasons people stay stuck, not the motivational excuses, but the deep habits and beliefs that quietly keep people trapped in the same level for decades. Because once you see them, you can't unsee them. Average life doesn't trap people with pain. It traps them with comfort. Not luxury, not freedom, just enough ease to delay change. A steady paycheck, predictable routines, familiar struggles. Comfort becomes the enemy of urgency, because when things aren't bad enough, people don't move, they adapt. Most people don't change because of inspiration, they change because of pressure. But average life removes pressure. It teaches you to tolerate jobs you don't love, potential you don't use, time you quietly waste. And tolerance is dangerous, because humans can almost normalize anything, even unhappiness. People stuck in average life rarely plan deeply. They react. They react to bills, problems, emergencies, deadlines. Their life becomes a series of responses, not a deliberate direction. And when you're always reacting, you're never building, you're surviving. Busy doesn't mean advancing. Average life is full of motion, constant work, endless tasks, non-stop activity. But motion without leverage keeps you in the same place. It's like running on a treadmill. You sweat, you struggle, you move a lot, but your position never changes. One of the strongest forces keeping people average is the need to be accepted. People want approval from family, respect from friends, acceptance from society. So they choose paths that look risky, different, or uncertain. They choose what looks good over what actually builds freedom. Average life is socially rewarded. Breaking out is often questioned. Big thinking sounds inspiring, but it's uncomfortable because big thinking exposes your gaps, challenges your identity, forces responsibility. If you think small, your mistakes feel small. If you think big, failure feels personal. So people shrink their goals to protect their ego. One silent excuse keeps millions stuck. I'm already behind. So instead of starting now, they delay again. But here's the truth. There is no on time in life. There is only started and not started. Average life convinces people that if they didn't begin early, they shouldn't begin at all. That lie alone destroys countless futures. Most advice is designed for safety, not growth. You're told to be realistic, avoid risk, play it smart, don't rock the boat. But escaping average requires discomfort, uncertainty, experimentation, temporary instability. So following common advice leads to common results, and common results are average by definition. Average life has an invisible ceiling, not a physical one, a mental one. It sounds like people like me don't do that. That's for others, not me. I'm not built for that level. Once you accept a ceiling, you stop pushing upward. You don't fail, you simply stop trying. If your daily actions look exactly like everyone else's, your results will too. Different outcomes require different behaviors. In the next part, we'll break down the core mindset shift that separates people who escape average life from those who stay stuck forever. This is where everything changes, because once your thinking shifts, your actions follow. People don't escape average life by accident. There's always a moment, a quiet realization, a thought that lands heavy. This can't be it. Not anger, not panic, clarity. That moment is dangerous, because once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. Average life is built on comfort seeking. Escaping average life requires growth seeking. Comfort asks, how can I make today easier? Growth asks, how can I make my future bigger? These questions lead to completely different lives. One optimizes for relief, the other for expansion. Most people see responsibility as pressure. Successful people see it as power. When you take responsibility, you stop blaming, you stop waiting, you stop hoping, you begin building. Because the moment you accept that your life is your responsibility, you reclaim control, and control is freedom's foundation. Victim thinking sounds reasonable. It explains why things didn't work, but it also removes your ability to change them. Escaping average life requires one brutal decision. Stop explaining your situation and start owning it, even if it's unfair, even if it's not your fault. Ownership unlocks action. Average thinking is short-term. What feels good now? What solves today's problem? Builders think long-term. What compounds? What scales? What matters in 5 years? When you extend your time horizon, your priorities instantly shift. You sacrifice small pleasures for massive future leverage. Average life rewards immediacy. Scroll now, spend now, relax now. But wealth, freedom, and mastery are built through delay.
Every time you choose long-term reward over short-term comfort, you step further away from average. Discipline is not restriction, it's direction. Motivation fades, identity lasts. People stuck in average life say, "I'm trying to do better." People who escape say, "This is who I am now." They don't chase habits, they become the type of person who naturally does them. Identity change makes consistency effortless. At some point, growth demands separation, not disrespect, not arrogance, distance. Because environments shape behavior. If everyone around you thinks small, plays safe, accepts average, breaking out requires either changing the environment or changing your exposure to it. Growth often begins in solitude.